Nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long.
They'll look to throw here.
And he swung out wide here for Henderson.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Now he's going to step up and run.
23 yards on the tuck and run.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and goal, Kansas City.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage are so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit.
And he will take it all in for a Chiefs touchdown.
And Xavier Worthy,
A 5-yard touchdown.
and the Chiefs are on the board first here on the road in Tampa.
A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And a look at the man under center. Now in his 8th season in the National Football League.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game. We just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want. But this guy, he is hard to corral.
10 yards on the pickup.
They'll stay on the ground with Irvin. And this is going to be a Bucs first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Throw right side, pulled in by Hunter.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it'll be 2nd down.
Here's Sanders.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and...
Now Sanders. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 30.
Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk reward. If you take the risk, Can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on him. Not just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
First down. First and 10 at the
To throw now, here's Sanders.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. So nothing doing there. And it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Off the bootleg, here's Sanders.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
That's a gain of 3. It's
To throw is Sanders. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Buccaneers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Well, Brandon, obviously no panic in them. They gave up the touchdown. You know, their defensive side did that. But he's already taken them back downfield. I love this field general that they've got. It's almost like he went to the defensive captain and said, don't worry about it. We've got you. Now they got first and goal.
Yeah, we're seeing punch, counter punch, and this could be setting the table for quite the game.
I like that. Let's go ahead and put it in the boxing ring, right? You're going to get hit sometimes. Can you respond and hit back? And they're trying to do exactly that.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal.
Sanders.
And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal.
It's now third and goal.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful for the yard out. And the Bucs are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
So he's able to sneak it in, and credit to the guys up front.
Oh, without a doubt, because they have the leverage on this play. We always talk about low man wins and one-on-one battles. That's exactly what happened there. Their offensive line lower than the defensive front.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Able to slither by.
And he returns this to the 22.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And he will be out of... here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. As they've got it. In 10. Looking to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
From the 43, here's second and 9.
Out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
They'll look to throw again.
Second and 9.
He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. A gain there of 30 big ones.
First down. A gain of 30. And a first down, Chiefs.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along. Hope someone will come through.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 18 yards that time to push him up, first and goal.
Chiefs, first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The beautiful fake.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Throwing middle, and it's complete.
From the 42-yard line, here's second and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
Sanders to throw.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
From the shotgun, Sanders.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Throwing, Sanders.
He completes it to Hunter. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3 at the 31.
Back to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Brings up third and 1.
They'll try and run here with Irvin. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
On 1st and 10, here's Irvin.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
2nd and 4.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Back to throw. Sanders. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Complete to number 7, Bucky Irving.
6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the gun, it's Sanders.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. And go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Jimmy Horn Jr., a 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Buccaneers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
2nd and 11. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter. And I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And taken right on the 30. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's done everything he could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
2nd and 5.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and less than a yard.
Operating from the gun, Sanders.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted.
And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go.
And now they start in plus territory following that turnover, as they'll try to get some points here before halftime.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw here is incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
pressure too much.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
3rd and 15.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Rice.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down. A gain of 16 yards. First down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They set up the screen for Henderson.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they take a 17-14 lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Got a man, that's Hunter.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Now a 3rd and 6.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Off the play fake. Here's Sanders. He's got his target. That's complete.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Sanders going to throw again.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Here's Sanders. A throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Boy, left that first defender grasping at air as he winds up getting a full 8 yards on that play.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 2.
To the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard
line. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Davis now. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Throwing on 2nd down. Davis. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there. And now it's 4th down. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will tie things at 17 all. So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be
and a sack. They get to him defensively, but the flag comes in, and I think the D jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Wilcox. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see a breakdown as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Off the bootleg, Davis. Nifty move.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
To throw again on 2nd down. Davis. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Up the middle they go. Wilkinson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 11.
Back to throw. Davis. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
So his 2nd field goal here in this 3rd quarter.
The first one tied the game, and this one gets them the lead, but you just have to wonder if field goals are going to be enough. At some point, they've got to conclude these drives with the ball in the end zone.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And Kansas City's offense now set ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here. He may go.
And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the third quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
Now for the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. Oh, some strong running.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines throwing for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Looking to throw. Wilcox. And that is incomplete here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Wilcox. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
He was taken down at the 50-yard line. A 2-yard pickup.
They'll go with a keeper.
And he is going to have the Bucs first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talked about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
Well, he shifts past him. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got it now.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now this time he'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Chiefs are right back in this football game.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
And now here comes Kansas City.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
It's second and inches.
They'll keep it on the ground. Fine. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right, they did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Here's second and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3 at the 40.
Operating from the gun, Aldridge. And down he goes, a Buccaneers sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Looking to throw, Aldridge. They'll try and set up the screen, it's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Throw left side complete. That's Porter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. They'll run up the middle with Campbell. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second.
Back to throw. Aldridge. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throw left side here complete to Campbell.
Aldridge's pass.
So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up second down.
Brings up second and 7.
Looking to throw. Aldridge. He finds his man. Complete. It's Porter. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw. Aldridge. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to sack back at the 16-yard line.
It's second down and goal.
Now a give, right side. Fry. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Third and goal. Keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
And goal.
Looking to throw. Aldridge. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there. They went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again.
I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now Davis, off play action. Wide open receiver complete. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left, and then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning.
2nd down and 6 now.
Back to throw. Davis. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Now remember, no overtime here in preseason. This offense hoping that's a moot issue as they try to finish this one off. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A 23-yard run.
And the Bucs get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
So the Chiefs now down by 10, a minute 13 to play. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Aldridge throwing to start the drive. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Looking to throw. Aldridge.
Now he's going to step up and run. A lot on the line here, even for just a preseason game. Jobs to be won and lost. It's 3rd down. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
One final kneel down here, and that should just about do
it. Another one in the books for his partner. Always great to be by your side. And both offenses, both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner. And let's face it, any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job? Absolutely not. Let's keep watching the NFL all season long.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.